Perched above Old Town San Diego and overlooking the San Diego Bay is one of San Diego's most sought-after communities, Mission Hills. Besides the tree-lined streets and the historic homes, this neighborhood is more than just a neighborhood. It's the community in which I live, work, and play for over 15 years, and it's a community that I'm really excited to share. So enjoy the following clip. It's going to be a walk through time, it's going to be a walk through architecture, and it's going to be an insider's look at all that Mission Hills has to offer. Tucked between Old Town and Mission Hills is one of San Diego's most overlooked treasures, Heritage Park. This is where some of San Diego's Victorian-era homes were literally saved and moved and relocated and preserved right here in the park. And here we are at Temple Beth Israel, which is the first Jewish temple built here in San Diego in the late 1800s. The congregation continued out of this very building until it was relocated to Heritage Park in the late 1970s. Here we are today in the historic Presidio Park. This park is so rich with history. In fact, the hill to my right establishes the first European settlement in all of California, helped put together in part by Junipero Serra. In fact, the Junipero Serra Museum is just to the north on the opposite end of the park, which was the original location in the late 1700s of the original San Diego mission, which moved farther east in the years ahead. But in 1929, the Junipero Serra Museum was built to really commemorate the first mission, and again, the namesake of Mission Hills. So here we are on Presidio Hill, just above Presidio Park, which really commemorates the first Spanish Presidio mission settlement. But best right now is the views you get from this iconic location, which just may be the best sunset view in all of San Diego. So here we are at the Junipero Serra Museum. Most people recognize the iconic white tower from the freeway, thinking it's actually the first San Diego mission, when in fact, this is a monument and a museum that was built in 1929 to commemorate California's first recorded history in the late 1700s. Thanks to Mr. Marston, who purchased the property and helped fund the construction, we all can now enjoy a bit of history with the museum, the educational center, and of course, the venue is used for private events, which is always a special place to be in this rich, rich history where California really got its first start. Here we are on our next stop as we move east away from Presidio Park down the Fort Stockton Historic Line into the West Lewis Business District. What an absolute centerpiece of Mission Hills culture with boutique shopping, coffee shops, laundromat, yoga, everything that the community needs to come together. In fact, this location is host to Halloween in the Hills, a huge party for the community to celebrate Halloween. And of course, we can't go without noting everybody's local favorite, lovingly referred to as Sam's, Mission Hills Liquor and Deli, a hotspot after school for refreshments, snacks, or just a little break as you're walking through the community. All right, here we are at Pioneer Park. And in my opinion, this is the cultural epicenter of Mission Hills. Why? It's the gathering spot for friends, for family. You'll see birthday parties hosted here almost every single weekend. And most importantly, it's the gathering spot for the entire community for our Friday summer concerts in the park. It's been happening for over 10 years and it's a beautiful tradition. The host has a lot of rich history. In fact, it wasn't always a park. It's an old burial ground from the late 1800s. Believe it or not, there's still a lot of those rich remains buried right here underneath our feet. One of the things that makes Mission Hills so unique isn't just the homes or the architecture or the history. It's the collection of current day neighborhood destinations that residents enjoy every day. I'm excited to share with you just some of my favorite hotspots. Let's start with the schools. Grant K-8 school has educated generations of Mission Hills families and is currently undergoing major modernization project. The construction is going to transform the campus for future students. And it's still a reminder that Mission Hills values its history, but it's always investing in the future. This campus is going to be so gorgeous. Now, just a few blocks away is Francis Parker School. Founded in 1912 with just 3 students, Parker has grown to be one of the most respected independent private schools in all of California. The original campus was established right here in Mission Hills where progressive education and innovative learning have always been a part of the neighborhood for more than a century. The school later expanded its upper campus into the Linda Vista area, where it houses the middle school and high school students. Nearby is the St. Vincent de Paul Parish and school, which has also served Mission Hills families for generations. The church and school continue to be a very important part of the neighborhood's identity and sense of community. If there's one restaurant that's helped put Mission Hills on the national dining map, it's Fort Oak. Built around an open hearth fire, Fort Oak has become one of San Diego's premier dining destinations. The site was actually once occupied by an auto dealer. Today, of course, it's home to Fort Oak. The modern mixed-use apartments above it and the restaurant itself, known locally as the V8 building, pays homage to the site's auto history while actually defining one of the gateways into Mission Hills. Locals rave about the wood-fired steaks, the seafood dishes, and especially the chef's counter experience. Of course, everybody on the inside knows Monday night is oyster nights over at Fort Oak. You'll see people lining up as early as 4:30 in the afternoon just to get a seat at the counter to enjoy the dollar oysters. Now, just across the street is their sister restaurant, Cardellino. Cardellino feels like the neighborhood's Italian living room. Again, created by the same hospitality group, Trust, it blends old school Italian-American comfort food with a modern San Diego twist. The regulars know that the spicy rigatoni is the go-to dish, as well as their steaks and chops. Their Caesar salad and their cocktails are also notable, and it's a must-try, especially for date night. A little less than a mile down the road is a hidden pocket housing Wolf in the Woods. Wolf in the Woods is actually one of the restaurants I'm most passionate about, and it's one of the biggest fanfare spots in all of Mission Hills for those who live there. Here we are at one of my favorite spots in Mission Hills, Wolf in the Woods. This is a beautiful New Mexican and European influenced restaurant. Proprietor Johnny Rivera, who's a great restaurateur right here in town. This restaurant has blended seamlessly with the neighborhood. It's got beautiful patio seating and is really charming and an extensive European wine list. It is a must try. Another restaurant that is sometimes overlooked because of its quiet nature is Izakaya Masa. It's right in the heart of the Mission Hills business district, tucked into the corner. It's one of Mission Hills' most dependable Japanese restaurants. Now, it doesn't generate some of the same buzz as some of the newer arrivals, but you can be guaranteed authentic Japanese cuisine, ramen, sushi, and a fun late night atmosphere. And right next door to Izakaya Masa is my family's personal favorite, What the Health. An incredible spin on beautiful Thai food without all the MSG and the stuff that just doesn't make you feel good. Now, right around the corner from What the Health is La Puerta, which brings a whole new level of energy to Goldfinch Street. With its massive tequila and mezcal selection and vibrant atmosphere, this is one of the busiest happy hours in the neighborhood. Why? Because every alcohol in the bar is 50% off. And because of this, La Puerta has easily become one of the biggest social hubs in Mission Hills. In addition to the fantastic happy hour at the bar, you can enjoy beautiful quesadillas, street tacos, margaritas, and other happy hour specials. Now, just down the street is one of Mission Hills' newest additions, Communion, which has quickly become one of Mission Hills' hottest gathering spots as well. The rooftop setting and the gorgeous views, handcrafted cocktails, and the social atmosphere here have helped establish this quickly as a destination for both residents and folks from all over the county. Of course, it's more than just a restaurant. It's also become part of the neighborhood's nightlife scene. Now, rolling back into the more heart of the neighborhood is Ibis Market. And long before Mission Hills became a culinary destination, there was Ibis Market. In fact, my friend from high school's grandfather was the original proprietor. It's now changed hands, and for many residents, it's not just a simple market, it's a neighborhood institution. Families will also stop here for Mediterranean specialties and fresh prepared food like hummus, shawarma, and other recipes that have been passed down the generations, easy to grab as they have stuff ready at the deli counter at the back of the store. Speaking of delis, Mission Hills would not be the same without my personal favorite, Rubicon Deli. In fact, we love this deli so much, we cater these sandwiches in for every special occasion. for our work events. You'll see them at all of our client and community events. Rubicon Deli, which has built a true cult following of oversized sandwiches and creativity beyond your imagination. The portions are legendary, the bread is amazing, and the regulars are fiercely loyal to their favorite order. And here's just a few of my personal favorites, and I promise I won't steer you wrong. Next time you're at Rubicon Deli, try the Dapper Dipper, the Aiken for Bacon, or my personal favorite, the Spicy Tuna. And if you're not in the mood for a sandwich, nothing beats a Rubicon salad. From the borderline Cobb or the superfood, this place is absolutely a neighborhood hotspot. And if you're in the mood for something a little richer, just pop right upstairs. The same restaurateur of Rubicon Deli has started one of our favorite smash burger spots here in the neighborhood, Burger Deck. With thin-cut fries and rich, juicy, gorgeous smash burgers, this place is a must-try. Historic architecture, Mills Act homes, top schools, neighborhood institutions, destination dining, and the birthplace of California. That's Mission Hills. Not just one of San Diego's most beautiful neighborhoods, but arguably one of its most important. If you're looking to sell your home and you want a neighborhood specialist who understands the integrity and historical significance or the architectural significance of your home to maximize the value, give me a call. I'd love to sit down and show you how our full-service real estate marketing plan can help you accomplish your real estate goals. And of course, if you're looking to own a piece of history right here in Mission Hills, give us a call. We'd love to sit down and help you navigate the home buying process to make Mission Hills your future community.